Hi, it's Brooke Özlemerol and it's coffee time again. So, this is the last part of my story in a nutshell. And the last time I was telling you that it was really time to leave. After I did a lot of soul searching, I knew I didn't want to stay there. So, I did quit my job and like that wasn't enough for my mom to be in despair. I also decided to leave my country to live in the United States with my husband and our 4 year old. And of course, this was not intentional to make my parents or anybody sad, but we wanted to give this a try. We always wanted to have an experience of living somewhere, either in Europe or in the United States, and we got the green card lottery. So we decided that this is the time to do that. We wanted to give our son, as many other immigrants do, a different kind of life that we believe is going to be better for him. So we came here with six luggages, a little bit of savings, and no jobs, nothing waiting for us. So that's the time that sometimes I remember and can't believe that we did. But yeah, that was what we decided to do. So when you come here, you realize, and I'm sure a lot of you who can relate to me when you move away from the country that you were born in, you're stripped away from a lot of identities that you built, right? The maybe the college that you went to, maybe the family that you're coming from, the job that you had, the titles you had, the money that you were making, all of those are like in your back now. So you realize those identities kind of maybe made up a part of your ego too. And when it's stripped away from you, you wonder what is left behind. So that started also becoming one of my journeys, like finding who I really am without my titles, without the identities that I built over the time. Things that, like who I really am, that cannot be stripped away from me anymore, anytime, whatever happens in my life. So in time I would realize that's very much in relation to what my other journey was, which is to find out my purpose. So those two journeys started to happen inside of me, inside of my mind, in my heart, as I went through our experience back here in the United States. In the first year, I didn't want to work because I didn't want to leave my 4 year old at home or anywhere else. And my husband looked for different jobs and he tried different things. And my first job in the United States was to work as a project manager. And that was for 2 years, and I knew it at the very beginning. And when that was over, we had the 9/11, which was a very tough time to look for a job. So in the meantime, I started like seeing a career counselor. I also found a career coach who started asking me the very, very important questions in my life, which I thought everybody should be asked to. So that gave me a lot of inspiration, a lot of excitement. And in 2003, I started my first business called Your Best Life. But I was still looking to work as a professional because I didn't know how to make money out of my business yet, and I wasn't ready to go and jump in 100%. So I found another job at a local company, and that was an amazing experience because for the first time I felt like I can bring my 100% self to work. I didn't have to pretend. They trusted me 100% from the first day on. They gave me the office keys, which was very surprising to me. They gave me autonomy to do my stuff. They wanted me to make my own decisions. And most important of all, if I ever had to take care of my son, my husband, or any other business that's important to me, they always wanted me to take care of that first. They never thought work comes first. I always felt like I'm human first. And I didn't know how much of a difference it makes when you work somewhere like that. You become so loyal. You want to do so much more for them. And one of the other benefits is that you don't hate your Sunday afternoon or evenings anymore. I was happy Sundays, I was happy Monday mornings. It didn't feel like I have work to do all this week. What am I going to do until next weekend? So all of that really stayed with me because I always had that natural curiosity to figure out what makes people more happy at work, what motivates us. And having seen two different companies, coming to this third one, I was making a good snapshot of what I'm seeing here and how it works. And all of what I learned there about team building, how to hire, how to treat people, how to build a culture, really made a big difference in what I'm doing right now. So I was grateful. And even at a time when I felt like I'm not learning anything more, I knew I was going to make more money anywhere else, I still stayed with them. Because the question I asked myself was like, okay, what's most important to you? Your family, being with them when you need them, and peace of mind, like, and love your job. And I had all of those. Did money come more important, was more important than any of those? It wasn't for me. So that's why I stayed. Anyways, at some point the recession hit and we were hit as well, so I was out of that job. Then my next job was again working in the marketing department of a company, and there again the culture was not enough. I mean, it wasn't enough for me to stay there for a long time, in the meaning, like, they did not have so much integrity. They laid off people and not in the best ways possible. They promoted me because I had great ideas, but they didn't let me like initiate those ideas. Although I was marketing, they didn't like that I was talking to the salespeople who were my actual clients. So a lot of things did not go well there either. So after staying there for another 1.5 years, I decided I really want to try to be on my own totally this time. I had this other business from 2003, so I wanted to continue doing that and wanted to help people in the way I believe that I should. So my purpose of helping people who wanted to find meaning at work, who were going through career transitions, who might have good jobs but they didn't find meaning in them, became my clients. I was running that business at the sidelines, but now I wanted to make sure that it was upfront and really taking my 100% time right now. And in the meantime, I also started a second business, my purposeful business, which I'm gonna tell why in my next videos. But all of this came about for some reason. But overall, what I learned is that all of the things that we expect from the external world really comes from our internal, actually. Unless we do some soul searching, unless we know who we really are, what makes us happy, what makes us fulfilled, what makes us go and have this flow, it's very hard to find the happiness from outside. And I have seen it with my clients too. Many people don't know the answer to what makes them unhappy, but many people don't know what makes them happy because we don't have that education system. And unless we have very conscious parents, those are not asked to us as we were growing up, at least not in my generation. So I felt like these two businesses gonna be a reflection of who I am. It felt like I am gonna be much more aligned with what I do, and I was very excited about that. And in the meantime, through all the journey, the ups and downs with my career, I learned a lot, which I'm using with my clients and with all the time. So obviously they happened for a reason too. And I acquired a lot of life skills doing self-development, going through those experiences as well. And I'm gonna be more than happy to share them with you because it changed my life, and hopefully it's gonna change some of yours too. Thank you very much. Today it's the end of our coffee time, and hope to see you next time. I want to keep our videos short and sweet, but we're now going back to the life skills from this point on. I think you'll be learning a lot more from the upcoming videos. So thank you very much. Have a great time next time.